Finally, the Kankara boys, the government science secondary school boys who were abducted by Boko Haram, although now they are saying that it was bandits that abducted them, have now been rescued. And some Nigerians are asking if this kidnapping was real, or it was a scam, or it was just staged to deceive Nigerians that the security operatives are working. What did they do? Which strings did they pull? Hi guys, you're watching Cheeky Series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. It's good to have you around again. And if you are new to this channel, thank you for clicking on this video. Make yourself comfortable as we get right into the gist. Also remember to hit that red subscribe button and turn your notification bell. That way you get our latest updates. So it is all over the news that the Kankara boys, the government science secondary school boys who were abducted 6 days ago, have now been rescued. However, the details of the rescue have not been shared. I stumbled on a report that said that it was the group Miyetti Allah that negotiated on the release of the boys. On what basis were they released? Is there any ransom? How much did they pay and stuff like that? Though the governor of Katsina State maintained that they never paid any money for the boys to be released, but one question still remains, and that's the question most Nigerians are asking. How come they acted so fast with these boys? What of Chibok girls? What of Dapchi girls? If they're so good at negotiation, why can't they negotiate for the release of those ones too? And this has made some Nigerians to think that they're not being serious with this case because everything looks like a movie. Everything looks like movie. They kidnapped these boys 6 days ago, and here we are today. They've already rescued them. Do they know these people? Do they work with these people? How come they're able to act so quickly to be able to intercept these boys before they move them out? And again, some people believe that this stage managed this allegedly because people have been accusing Buhari. They've said that he has failed in security, in fighting insecurity in Nigeria. So they decided to use this one to be able to prove to Nigerians that they are working. So these are the news that are coming out, the comments they're making all over social media. Then another thing is that the special advisor to President Shehu Garuba, who first commented saying that only 10 schoolboys were missing, now came up again to apologize since they rescued 344 boys. The narrative keeps changing. Initially, they never said the total number of students that were missing. So with 344 being rescued, nobody is sure whether they rescued the whole schoolboys or they have some of them that are left. The issue of number is still coming up. So I will let you guys watch this because Nigeria has been trending all over social media with these schoolboys that were kidnapped. Even this video I'm going to play now is from one media organization in India. So a lot of countries carried it. To abduct over 300 students to be missing in a day is really a big news. It's just that it's very sad. The Nigerian government does not consider the life of the citizen. Even Buhari, in the wake of this, when the news was all over social media that they abducted Kankara boys who are supposed to be his sons because he's from Katsina, and that happened in Katsina, very close to his house. Instead of him to go to see the parents of the boys that were abducted, he decided to go to see his cow to show you the level of importance attached to human life in Nigeria.
These are live visuals that we are getting of these 300 odd children, school children who've been abducted from their school. And now they will be reunited with their families. Remember, this was said to be one of the most gruesome incidents that's been reported in Nigeria, where from a government school, these young children had been abducted. What initially many believed was the handiwork of bandits, where they had kidnapped them for ransom. Later, the Islamist group Boko Haram had claimed responsibility for this incident, and now the Nigerian government is claiming that it has managed to rescue all of these young children without having fired a shot. It is not clear as to what the terms of the negotiations were, but the young boys have been rescued and are going to be reunited with their families. The government at this point of time has kept the details of the negotiations that it has carried out with the people who carried out the kidnapping still pretty quiet about it. The government has stayed quiet about it. How is it that they were able to manage how is it that they managed to secure the release of all of these young students without firing a shot is still something that the government is yet to explain. What was negotiated, what are the terms of the deal that were negotiated, is still something that the government has not openly spoken about. The students 300 of them, this is the figure that is being put out by the Nigerian authorities, they have been released, and the government still needs to come forth and make it clear whether every single young student who was abducted from that rural school 6 days ago in Katsina, whether all of them have now been accounted for.
About their release. Do we know anything about the negotiation to end this, or was there some kind of ransom paid which might suggest the fact this was resolved so quickly?
That information, the authorities here are keeping very, very close to their chest. I pushed the governor yesterday to give us an idea of to exactly what happened. What he can say, what he told me yesterday was that the first day they know when the boys were taken, there was really an engagement between Nigerian security forces and these bandits after the security forces located them in a particular forest and then pinned them down for a period of 6 days. That was when negotiations set in. And then they found intermediaries to go between the government and the bandits, holding them. And the biggest success of this story, the biggest lead to this story was how the security forces and whoever is involved in this process were able to stop this from degenerating into what we saw nearly 7 years ago on 14th of February 2014, when there was no immediate action, when 270 girls were taken from a secondary school in Chibok. Because of that delay, that short window allowed Boko Haram to move these girls to different locations, some across the border into neighboring countries. And that became so difficult for the security forces to even engage and recover these girls. As we speak today, more than 100 of them are still unaccounted for. So the government on this part agreed and told us in plain terms that they are not negotiating with bandits, and they have not paid ransom for this. But it will be so interesting to know how they were able to achieve this feat within 6 or 7 days, and the children are back home.
Really? They don't negotiate with bandits, indeed. Who is Miyetti Allah? Which group is Miyetti Allah? If not those people that threaten that if Ruga is not adopted in 36 states of the Federation, that they will come with their war, they will fight everybody. So who are they? If they're making such a threat that they can fight the whole country if Ruga is not adopted, so what do you call them? Please, Nigerian government should just go and rest at a place. They like making bogus claims and outlandish claims. Tell me, why won't people think that they are making up these stories? Because how can you? It's not today they started kidnapping people in Nigeria. Remember, we have a case of Chibok girls, we have a case of Dapchi girls, then this one. So if they're so smart in rescuing people or in releasing people or in negotiating whichever way, why didn't they find a way to release the Chibok girls? Because some of them are still left, like the man said. And Dapchi girls, those ones, they're still there. Nobody is talking about them. Then when it comes to these boys that were rescued, Buhari had a chat with them. And what surprised me was that all of them, they were speaking Hausa. They're supposed to be schoolboys, students that will be maybe in no distant time will take their WAEC. So I wonder, how would they write their exams if they can't even speak any word of English? It's really surprising to me, I don't know. I'm just saying this because they're students. I thought they would have communicated in English so that everybody will hear them. Because at the end of the day, that speech, I watched it. It was in Hausa. I couldn't understand what they were saying. They did some translation, some subtitling, but I wasn't able to follow suit what they were saying. And another thing is that the clothes they're wearing here, they've already changed. And when you look at the clothes they were wearing when they were received, because they came through Zamfara, they rescued them from Zamfara. So now when you check the attire that they were wearing, it doesn't match with what they're wearing now that everybody is putting on mask. I don't know whether they showered, where they got the clothes, whether they were able to unite them with their family and the family gave them the clothes to wear. I don't know, I'm just thinking aloud because it looks so weird to me. All of a sudden they changed them in new clothes. When you look at the other picture, some of them were still wearing their uniform with blankets and everything, but all of a sudden they now wore this kaftan. I don't know where they got it from. Anyway, Nigerian government, you can never trust them. Narratives keep changing. That's the only thing I know. Anything that happens in Nigeria, narrative will always change. Special advisor to president saying that only 10 schoolboys were kidnapped. And when they interviewed the parents, they were really furious about that. Because one woman was saying that, why are they talking like that? That there are so many people in the school that gathered parents talking about their children. Even by looking at them, you know that a lot of students were kidnapped. So why were they trying to trivialize the situation by saying only 10 schoolboys were kidnapped. Nigerian government, you people need to change, honestly. This is not the way a country is run. Full of lies, telling people what is not obtainable, what is not real. That's the reason why people are even doubting this rescue. Not that people are not happy that these boys were rescued. People are very happy. But on a second thought, on a flip side, did it really happen? This kidnapping, did it happen? We're not trying to be insensitive though, but we're trying to ask the right questions. So guys, let me know what you think about the whole situation, because the whole situation is looking so weird, so awkward. I don't really know. Let me hear from you guys. Leave your comments below. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. Remember to share this video with family and friends if you love it, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, because it helps with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done already. And I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Bye and remain blessed.